Well, on Competition Wednesday, it probably doesn't surprise anybody to know that we're competing coast to coast right now, huh? All over the country, everybody's battling. It's a big day for us here getting ready. We got to get this week started on a really good note. And this team that we're playing, they're a new team for us, and we have to, kind of figure them out and see the schemes and make sense of it all. But this is a winning club, and they know how to win football games, and they've got playmakers, and they're really a solid team. So it's a really good matchup for us, and to go on the road as far away as we can go just about, it's a good challenge for us.
Bob?
Yeah, Pete, getting Carlos Dunlap out on the field today, just sort of what's the plan for him? Obviously, just throw him right into the mix there? Or
well, the good thing is, he just took a week off, so he's been practicing and preparing and playing games and all that, so no concern about anything other than, how he handles the learning part of it, which he's a vet, and he already, just getting through our first walkthrough, he handled everything just right. So I don't see any restriction at all on him playing this week. We'll find out during the week and all, but really excited to have him out here, and he's really pumped about being part of it.
Corbin?
Sorry.
Good afternoon, Pete. You guys reportedly met with Zach Moss in the pre-draft process, and he kind of busted out last week with 81 rushing yards for Buffalo. What have you seen from him and Devin Singletary on that ground attack, working with Josh Allen as well?
Yeah, they're a really good 1-2 punch. Both guys play low to the ground. They both have good shake and bake, make you miss. Difficult to tackle. Zach is a little heavier than Singletary and runs with a little different style in that regard. But both of them are really efficient in traffic and make things happen. They're not anybody we can take lightly now. They're really good football players. Singletary catches the ball quite a bit more, but I really like Zach a lot.
Jen?
Well, Buffalo is the best in the league when it comes to converting on third downs. What can you point to in their offensive scheme that's allowed them to be so successful consistently in that area?
They're really creative, and they do a nice job with the stuff they do. But I really think it comes back to the quarterback. He just does a great job of making things happen for second shots in the passing game, and then for taking off and running. He's a load to tackle and to get down. Hard to sack him. So he's really the show, and I think when you watch him play, you're going to see the QB. He's just going to catch your eye. He's going to make things happen. He's got a knack about going for it in difficult situations, and he likes to go physical and run the football tough. So I think the combination of the throwing game, of course, and the good receivers they have, scheme-wise and all that, when you have a guy that can make first downs with his legs, then it makes it really hard. And he's just really good at it.
Tim?
Hey, Pete. San Francisco had a player go on the COVID list today. Do you guys have to go through a contract chasing process? You just played them, and do you have any concerns about transmission?
We don't have to do that, but we're concerned. Yeah, of course we are. We just played him, a few days back, so we are doing our homework on with the timing of his, his exposure and all that kind of stuff, and when he showed first and all that to make sense of it. We have to be tuned into that and see what happens. I know they shut down today, and they're playing tomorrow, I believe. So we'll see what happens there. And we just, all we can do right now is test and be aware of the connections. We just played a football game against the guy, so a lot of guys had some exposure.
And then what is the status of your running backs for this week and the plan with Chris and Carlos and Travis?
We'll see Chris on Friday and see how he looks. I'm going to give him till Friday to see what we can find out. It doesn't look like Carlos is going to make it. Still, we got to take care of the hamstring. So we brought in Alex Collins to help us out if we need it. He's on the practice squad right now, and we'll see how he works today. For sure, it looks like Homer is back, ready to go. That really helps us. DJ did a nice job last week. He and Homer, if they handle it, we'll be in good shape. And if we have an opportunity to get Chris back out there, we'll do that for sure.
Jackie?
Hey, Coach, what do you see on film from this wide receiver group? Allen has a ton of options he can go to, highlighted by the addition of Stephon Diggs, obviously.
Yeah. Stephon is really a good player at doing everything. Route running, catching and running, getting deep, making the big catch. He's a fantastic football player and a true number one. Cole Beasley is a really good player in their offense too. They know how to use him. He's all over the place, and we've always had respect for him, making plays, getting open, tough catches, gritting out the 3rd and 5s and 6s, for him. He's really effective there. And they're real fast with the two guys that we saw in the Cardinals for years. So John Brown plays a lot, and he's really fast. Andre, they're good players. So we know the group, and we're familiar with them. We have a lot of respect for them.
Thank you.
John?
Yeah, Pete, this will be your first game back in Buffalo since taking over this job. I know it's only a year, but you started your NFL career there. You also won your first game as a head coach there with the Jets. Is that place having
Jeez, John, thanks for bringing that up. It is fun to go back there. It's a unique place, and it was a unique experience. First year in the league, we were terrible the year I was there, and they couldn't wait to get some of us out of there. I got fired immediately after the season was over, and I'm talking. I'm miles from everywhere. And so it's fun to go back, and it's a unique, like I said, it's a unique place, unique area. I wish their fans were there because it's a great crowd too, and they love their football. Yeah, you got to get prepared for a variety of weather conditions that can change in a heartbeat and all that. It looks like we have pretty good weather coming. I ain't trusting that until we get there and see it. But so I like going back.
And I think you might have touched on this a number of years ago when you played the Bills, but all the success Mark Levy had when you were in that same division with the Jets, that kind of made an impression on you, didn't it?
Yeah, matter of fact, this offseason I did get a hold of Marv and was talking to him about some things that had happened back in the day as they were constructing their offense and doing the things that they did. And we had a couple really good conversations about it. I was honored, to have a chance to visit with him, and we went right back into to what was happening, because I was the defensive coordinator at the Jets for 4 years, playing against the K-Gun. Nice way to learn how to coach in the NFL. They were fantastic, and always had great regard for all that they did and the way he coached and all of that. So it was really fun for me to have a chance to visit with him. It's really the first time I really made the effort to do that. But that was just in an effort to compete, and it wasn't about playing Buffalo. It was about just putting our own team together and dealing with tempo offense and stuff like that.
Chris.
Coach, you mentioned off the top the election. I'm curious if you talked to your guys this morning about it and how they're dealing with kind of the anxiety we're all dealing with, wondering what might happen and what's going down. Yeah,
really, because this is such a big focus day about competing. I started off with just talking about how the whole country is in the midst of a battle and competing and all that. Didn't talk to anybody specifically about the anxieties and all that. But we'll see what happens here, and then we'll deal with it. I don't think that. We've been on the topic for such a long time. I don't think that our guys are going to be really overly anxious about it. They're concerned and they're watching, and they've got their partisanship and allegiance and all of that, and so we'll see what happens. But the coaches will be touching base with these guys all week long as we respond to what happens.
Matt?
Pete, when you first got to Seattle, did you take the same approach to coaching as you did in previous stints in New England and New York, or did you make a concerted effort to make some adjustments based on previous experiences?
That's a good question, because I absolutely did not change. What I did do is I was really excited to see what would happen if I approached this opportunity the same way I had approached USC, and I was curious. Find out what would happen. I didn't know. And why I say that is I think we specialized in emphasizing caring for the individuals in the program during those years at SC. And I had found out during the time before I got to SC that this was a really important part of my coaching, and I needed to make that a central theme in what we were doing. And so in coming to the league, I was thinking, okay, who goes in the NFL to show how much you can care about your players, and see how that works out for you. I had no idea what was going to happen, but I was really curious because we'd had so much success, and it was so much fun to go to structure a culture in that manner. I was really curious, and so I didn't change one thing. I had a lot of years in the league, and coming out of college, people would say, "Oh, you're a college coach, you don't understand the NFL or whatever." But that's not what happened. I mean, I had so many years coaching the NFL, it was just like stepping right back into it. That was a smooth transition, and so I was adapting whatever we were doing to this thing wasn't anything. They're the same guys, are just a little bit older. So the answer is no, it didn't change anything. I was really thrilled with the opportunity to see if we could do the same and have successful results. And looking back on some years now, I'm really pleased with that we did fit and we found a way. And we're always looking to get better and always competing to figure out a better way. But the main theme of what we did was really worked out. I want to help people be the best they could be, and that's what we did. And so it's maybe, let me say one other thing here, that over the years with all of the different wonderful character players that we've had, you might wonder, how that worked or how you could figure out how to make guys fit into your program. I didn't do it that way. I tried to figure out who these guys were and tried to see how we could best help them have a successful experience with us and the other way around. And if they didn't fit, then we fired them. That was the only way to let them go. But if they could fit in with the things that we were doing and they could find the way to express their own ability and their own makeup and their extraordinarily unique way that they are, then we could have a good go at it. And that's been what we've been doing, and it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
AJ?
Coach, a few quick injury things first before my real question. Sorry if I missed this. Did you give us an update on Adams, Jamal?
He's practicing today. He's full go. I'm really excited to tell you that he's gotten all the way to the point. He was so close last week and would have had a chance last week. We couldn't quite get caught up, but he's ready to go and pumped, and we are too. Really looking forward to it.
And Shaquille?
I don't know yet about him. We've got to take it later into the week. As of right now, he will not practice today.
Okay, and then my real question is, last week the defense made some big strides moving forward, but yet again this week you're also integrating a mix of new and old players into your defense. So what is the balance in letting guys like Ryan Neal, who have made such big strides while Jamal has been out, but then also mixing back in Jamal? How do you continue to get the guys to grow while mixing in new people?
Well, there's some artwork to be done here, to do that. I've been saying to you guys that we've been waiting to get guys back, and really part of this is to get Jamal back in the fold here, so that he can start to work with Bobby again and start to establish that in Dunbar and guys he hasn't had a chance to play with. He hasn't played with Jordan Brooks much at all, so and the addition of Carlos also gives us a chance. We're taking a step forward here, and I'm really grateful that last week you could see that we got better last week, and so we're going to try to add on to that and keep going. Some guys will get more playing time than others, and we'll work that out as the week goes on. I really, right now, Jamal is just practicing for the first time in a month, so I don't know what to tell you, although he looks great running around and he should be okay, but we'll have to figure that out, and we'll have to weigh in how we mix the guys, in the rotations.
Michael, Sean?
Pete, when you guys were gathering information on Dwayne before trading for him, what were the traits that stood out to you?
Dwayne Brown?
Yeah, Dwayne in 2017.
Yeah. Well, it was really obvious that he was really athletic and all of that. We had no problem with the physical side of it. We didn't know the guy well, so we did our homework and research and all of that, crossed over wherever we could, tried to learn as much as we could about his situation that was going on there, because there was some kind of conflict where he hadn't been playing, and then he played in our game, if you remember, and then we took him the next week. But all of the homework that we did in the research was about the character of Dwayne and his work ethic and his commitment to the game. Those things were so strong and so obvious, and we were able to really validate that it made it, we were fortunate to get a guy like that had background and stature and would stand up for what he believed, which is kind of what kind of ended his time there in Houston to a certain extent, and which I was thrilled to bring into our club, and it's been a great move that we made to get him. He's given us leadership and guidance and toughness and physicality and all that stuff, and been a great example for young guys. And beyond that, he's the best worker of the big men we have, in the off season and in the weight room and in the season and all that. So, he's an invaluable guy in our program.
One clarifying question on the injury front. Shaquille, is he not practicing because of the hamstring or the concussion?
He's not cleared on the concussion as far as I understand, but he will be, it sounds like. And so it's really about the hamstring.
Thanks.
Art?
Two questions on DK, Pete. In my time around the Seahawks, the only comparable athlete I can recall that's like him is Kenny Easley. And I'm wondering, in your experience, college or pro, who does he compare to? And the second question is, have you thought about him for the kick block team?
The second part of it, always. Yeah, I've always thought about finding ways for DK to add in, and so he does some things for us. Maybe someday he'll be able to help us. No, this is a one of a kind player. I think he's got uniqueness about him that I wouldn't compare him to anybody. When I go back, I'll give you a one that you could kind of compare him to if you tried, would be James Lofton back in the day. It happens to be that it's a Buffalo game for us, so that's a good one to bring up. But James had that just marvelous look to him, and so long and just statuesque almost in the way he played and all that. They're not the same guys. DK's different than that, but they were both just gorgeous looking players and and really kind of stood out. But he is going to develop into an extraordinary competitor, player, performer, come through, leader, all of that. And he's on his way, and it's really a thrill to watch it happen.
Greg?
Sir, you mentioned about the 49ers. What is the level of detail you have to go back in? Do you have to look at game film and see who went up against that player? Or, what do you need to do that you haven't already done as far as precautions?
Honestly, Greg, we don't have, that's not part of it to look at that way. We've talked our way through it and kind of started to ask some guys around that, that had some post-game interactions and stuff like that, and I don't know if you're hearing it or not, but there are some changes that are coming, in terms of protocol and all, that would have lessened the issue in this game. If we stayed away and we didn't, I don't know if we're going to meet guys at midfield or not, pre-game, one post-game, those are issues that right now there's some wearing masks when you do that is now appropriate, and there's some other things happening, but right now, John and the guys they're working with, understanding what took place and what we should do next about playing against a guy who tested positive on the day that he tested. One of the things we got to figure out when that exactly was. I don't know that for right now. I would think it was yesterday, at least, that he tested positive. So part of that process is figuring out when a guy's contagious and that kind of stuff, so we'll see what happens, but I don't know any more specifics about it than that.
Are you relying on the 49ers to provide you that information, or the NFL investigates and tells everybody?
Right now, John's been talking to their people, and I'm sure we have not heard from the league yet. It just happened this morning, as far as I know, so I don't know any more than that. Matter of fact, we'll know more probably this afternoon, and maybe we can give word to everybody, Dave, about what we found out. What is the next step for us to take?
And then, sorry, one more about that. The mask. I noticed your captains of the pregame coin toss had a mask on. I'm not sure they did that before any other game on last weekend.
No, we've been doing it the whole time.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that on your own volition or the NFL?
I think that's it must be a league deal, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a league thing.
Thank you.
Joe?
Pete, in your conversations with Carlos, have you gotten the vibe that he's really eager for a fresh start and to be playing for a winning team and kind of turn the page and move forward?
Exactly, Joe. That's exactly what he sounds like, and really upbeat, looking forward to it. He's got the big eyes looking around, wondering what's going on. He's going to come to practice today for the first time and hear the music going and everybody having a good time. Playing football might be different than what he's done. I don't know, but I'll watch him. I'll keep my eye on him because it's always kind of fun to see guys experience how we do stuff around here for the first time. And 9 or 10 years, whatever it was there. I mean, he's really excited for the fresh start.
Last question, Brady.
Hi, Pete. What is do you have any idea of a timeline potentially for Philip Dorsett?
Philip got operated on. Did you guys know that? Is that out? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just saw him before the walkthrough. I don't know what those weeks are. You know, they throw some weeks at you. I'm not going to throw them out. I don't know them specifically, but it's a couple months anyways before he'll be able to get back. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Bobby Wagner's up right now.